Good evening, friend. This is a place for warmth and rest. Allow the room to be dim and kind, the air calm, the sheets smooth beneath your hands. Breathe in slowly, as if you're sipping something warm. Breathe out even slower, as if blowing on a candle that never quite goes out. You're welcome to drift in and out of my words. Everything moves gently here. You can let go. You're safe, you're cared for, and all is well. Begin at the crown of the head, as though warm light is pooling there. Let it melt over the forehead, smoothing the small places that try so hard. Eyelids heavy, cheeks slack and soft, tongue resting. The warmth drifts to the neck and shoulders, loosening them like a scarf gently unwound. Across the arms to the hands, each finger released. The chest opens in quiet ease. Inhale softly, exhale even softer, down through the back, untying little knots of the day, hips weighty and supported, thighs, knees, calves, all settling, feet warm and relaxed, toes uncurling. There is nothing to hold up. The bed holds you. The breath rocks you like a slow boat on still water. The night around you softens, and in that softening, a gentle doorway opens. A warm, sunlit scene waits beyond it, glowing softly, as if held inside a slow afternoon. You find yourself standing at the edge of the French countryside, somewhere quiet, somewhere tender and familiar, even if you've never been. The air carries a mellow warmth, sunlit but gentle, golden but never bright. It feels like late afternoon when the world speaks in hushed tones and everything slows. Slows, slows. A small stone path stretches forward, pale and warm underfoot, the kind that holds the day's sunlight and releases it in a soft, comforting way. Wild grasses lean toward the path, swaying in a lazy breeze. Lavender hums faintly in the air. Rosemary bushes soften the edges of the stones. Everything smells clean and herbal and warm, like summer's gentlest whisper. Far in the distance, you hear the soft chime of a garden gate, the faint rustle of leaves, the distant murmur of a quiet stream. All of it welcomes you, invites you, eases around you like a warm shawl, and slowly, like a comfortable breath expanding and settling, you begin walking deeper into the French countryside. The afternoon is golden and unhurried. The air is warm in the softest way, like sun resting on linen, and beside you walks the gardener. Not a gardener rushing or tending or working, but a calm, gentle soul wandering at your pace, hands folded loosely behind their back, sleeves rolled just a little, the scent of herbs clinging like a quiet memory. They walk in the same slow rhythm you do, step, pause, breath, step, pause, breath. a peaceful stroll meant only for savoring the countryside. The path curves through a field of soft, pale grasses. Each blade brushes the next with a delicate, dry sigh, like pages turning in an old book. The gardener smiles faintly, noticing everything. The tender bend of the grasses, the sleepy hum of bees, the low, warm stones that edge the trail. Afternoons like this, they murmur, are meant to be wandered. Their voice is gentle, the way earth sounds when you touch it. Calm, warm, grounding. You continue along the path together, moving through pockets of scent, a drift of thyme, a ribbon of lavender, a hint of distant citrus from somewhere unseen. The gardener notes each aroma with slow appreciation, closing their eyes a moment, breathing in through the nose, exhaling softly through parted lips, just enough to let the fragrance settle deeper into memory. The sunlight pools across the fields in a way that feels restful. Nothing rushes, nothing asks for anything. The land simply rests and allows you to rest with it. A small stone wall appears on your right, old, moss-touched, warmed by the day. The gardener runs a gentle hand over the stones, fingertips tracing the round edges that time has softened. Many years of sun, they say softly, and it still warms. Everything holds warmth if we give it the chance. They invite you to pause by the wall. A soft breeze moves through the grass. The world feels wrapped in calm. You continue walking, turning down a narrower path that winds through a cluster of young fruit trees. Their leaves quiver in the breeze, making a faint, leafy whisper, like a lullaby carried by the wind. The gardener admires a small pear hanging low, green gold and perfectly shaped. They don't pick it, only smile at it, letting the fruit be exactly where it wants to be. Past the trees, the land opens into a small meadow. The sunlight here is buttery, warm but muted. Shadows fall long and gentle across the earth. The gardener leads you toward a wooden bench under an old fig tree, the kind of tree that sighs with age, its branches bent in slow, sweeping arcs. Its leaves are broad and soft-edged, casting a dappled shade that flickers with every lazy breeze. You sit with the gardener, though sit feels more like rest. The bench is worn smooth. The air is calm. The sun flickers through fig leaves in slow waves. Light, shade, light, shade. The gardener shares a quiet smile. Their voice is mellow, unhurried. Figs make good company, they say, touching a leaf lightly. They remind us that everything grows in its own time. The words drift between you like a warm breeze. No lesson, no message, just a gentle truth offered softly. A long moment passes, just warmth, shade, and softness. When you rise again, your steps are even slower, as if the earth itself is encouraging you to linger. Together you walk along a narrow trail lined with rows of herbs, sage with its velvety leaves, marjoram humming in the gentle heat, lemon balm releasing a sweet citrusy sigh when brushed by the wind. Each scent rises in soft, overlapping waves, warm, herbal, comforting. The gardener moves a hand through the air as if petting the fragrance itself. You pass a tiny stone cottage set back from the trail, its shutters painted a pale blue, its roof warmed by the sun. A small clay pot sits by the door, overflowing with soft green mint. The gardener pauses, leans in, and inhales the gentle scent. Mint likes company, they say, so we'll keep it in good company. You continue walking as the countryside stretches into a rolling, sunlit mosaic. Fields of gentle gold, hedges full of small white blossoms, quiet groves where long shadows gather in soft folds. The gardener leads you to a small hill that rises only a little, just enough to catch a mild breeze. From the top, the land spreads out in calm, endless waves, soft green patchwork, pale golden fields, tiny white cottages, a winding silver ribbon of a stream. Everything glows in late afternoon sun, warm, restful, safe. You and the gardener sit again, this time on the grass, warm beneath you, smelling faintly of earth and summer. The breeze moves slowly, brushing your cheeks, ruffling the gardener's sleeves, carrying the scent of herbs and sun-warmed soil. The gardener takes a slow breath in, lets it out in a gentle sigh. Days like this, they say, teach us how to rest, and the countryside agrees with its soft golden hush, its warm, generous quiet, its peaceful, heart-deep calm. Time stretches, slow and tender. Minutes feel like hours. Hours feel like small eternities of ease. The sun keeps lowering, slowly, sweetly, without hurry, and you begin the gentle walk back, the gardener at your side, the world growing softer with each step. The fields warm your gaze one last time. The scent of lavender lingers behind you like a soft farewell. The old fig tree stands in its quiet wisdom. The stone path carries you in unhurried curves. Every detail slows, every breath loosens, every sound dims, and as the countryside gently softens into evening light, the gardener's presence becomes quieter, warmer, almost like a comforting memory already beginning to settle into the heart. They turn to you with a peaceful nod. Rest well, they say, in a voice like warm soil and soft sunshine. You've walked a good walk, and together you drift toward the quiet embrace of night. Begin by letting the forehead soften, any tiny lines easing out on their own. Eyelids grow heavy and kind. The jaw loosens, the tongue resting in quiet ease. The neck and collarbones relax, as though familiar tension is setting itself down. Shoulders release and widen, drifting away from the ears. Calm moves through the arms, down to the hands, each finger settling without effort. The back softens, the chest expands with an easy breath. And another, unhurried, hips grow spacious, legs lengthen into stillness, calves soft, ankles loose, heels anchored, toes warm and uncurled. From head to toe, the whole body is supported, invited to be exactly as it is. Let everything rest. Let everything stay.